La saison printemps-été de Franck Sorbier s'expose au cœur du Brand Store BMW avenue Georges V. Aux côtés du couturier, il y a Isabelle, son épouse, et leur mascotte, la perruche qui répond au nom de Pirate. Robes et voitures se jouxtent et invitent irrésistiblement au grand départ. C'est au manège Battesti de la garde républicaine à Paris que la collection est présentée pour la première fois. Pour ce grand voyage à travers les mondes, la mise en scène et la couture ne font plus qu'un. Un monumental automate en osier géant s'anime et ouvre ce théâtral défilé. Une imagination chatoyante qui prend naissance en 1721 dans un chef-d'œuvre de la littérature.
Le point de départ, c'est le voyage. Enfin, les voyages plutôt, donc, et pour que ça devienne quelque chose d'un peu intéressant, d'un peu anachronique, je me suis raccroché au fameux roman de Jonathan Swift, Les voyages de Gulliver, où il y a justement cette histoire de quelqu'un qui arrive quelque part et où il se retrouve être un géant, comme après il va dans un autre endroit et il se retrouve être un lilliputien par rapport à tout le monde qui est géant, etc. Donc voilà, donc l'idée ça a été ça. Et puis après, donc, ça a été de construire la collection sur des choses que j'aime bien de façon récurrente. Et de dire, par exemple, voyage au pays, des ménagères psycho-psychées. Donc voilà, donc ça correspond après aux vêtements, aux tissus, ça correspond aux histoires aussi. Voilà, donc c'est une série de petites scénettes comme ça qui forment cette collection et qui sont une espèce de patchwork d'idées de voyage qui sont racontées de façon un peu humoristique en tout cas. Donc l'idée, ça a été quand même de trouver un fil conducteur. Donc il y a effectivement beaucoup de broderie anglaise, il y a beaucoup de jupons, il y a un côté extrêmement féminin. Par exemple, il n'y a aucun pantalon. Le fil conducteur, c'est qu'il y a beaucoup de motifs, c'est très expressif, quoi. Voilà, c'est une collection très expressive.
Ces robes, elles sont magnifiques, c'est des robes de fées qui fait Sorbier, je trouve. Et j'aime bien les robes de fées.
Et les artistes étaient venus nombreux admirer le travail du couturier.
Il a sa patte, j'aime bien sa patte, sa façon de concevoir, sa façon de se mouvoir dans l'environnement. Ses habits ont un certain rythme.
Déjà, il y a la technique de la compression, donc ça, c'est la technique que j'ai inventée, qui transforme en fait le tissu, c'est-à-dire qu'on fait notre propre matière. Et puis après, c'est vrai que chaque pièce, il n'y a pas de déclinaison en fait, il y a juste une pièce, enfin deux passages où on a pris le tissu à l'endroit à l'envers parce qu'on n'a pas pu résister parce que c'était aussi beau d'un côté que de l'autre. Globalement, l'idée c'était bon, de faire quand même des familles, mais que voilà, chaque passage soit une exclue, soit pour moi tout de suite que ça soit évident qu'il y a une référence. On s'y connaît en histoire du costume, on va comprendre que c'est inspiré. Mais c'est une robe d'aujourd'hui.
Une inspiration qui va puiser aussi bien dans les images que dans les techniques anciennes. La dentelle de cauderie de la maison Sophie Alette est ornée d'un bustier de passementerie et donne vie à la dernière partie du défilé intitulée « Russie des contes ». Le maître salue aux côtés de la marraine de la saison, la jeune chanteuse néo-zélandaise Kimbra.
J'adore les vêtements de Franck Sorbier. J'ai raconté sur l'internet et I was a big fan of his work when I saw it on the computer, and he also became a fan of my music, and we felt there was a parallel between both of our worlds that we wanted to create. You know, plein de magique and you know, raconter l'histoire pour les gens. Every one of his dresses, chaque robe raconte une histoire. And with my songs also, I like to tell stories, and we both have a love of children's stories, fairy tales, and I think it just made sense for us to, you know, meet and talk about working together in the future, and to be a part of his show was just incroyable.
For the Sorbier shows, you do the model. It's funny. meaning for you?
Well, I love Frank's clothing. J'adore les vêtements de Franck Sorbier. J'ai raconté sur l'internet et I was a big fan of his work when I saw it on the computer, and he also became a fan of my music, and we felt there was a parallel between both of our worlds that we wanted to create. You know, plein de magique, and you know, raconter l'histoire pour les gens. Every one of his dresses, chaque robe, raconte une histoire. And with my songs also, I like to tell stories, and we both have a love of children's stories, fairy tales, and I think it just made sense for us to, you know, meet and talk about working together in the future, and to be a part of his show was just incroyable. Maybe it is hard. It was different for me because I'm used to performing, and for this show, you know, it was just kind of, as you say, more like modeling and interacting with this huge giant that they built for the runway, which is magnificent. And yeah, it's definitely a different experience, but maybe again, you know, I will work with Frank and get to wear some more of his dresses, because it was really surreal. I played in Brazil a few months ago at a festival called Rock in Rio, and Frank made a dress for me, but unfortunately it got held up on its way to Brazil, and so I never got to wear it, but he made an incredible dress for me out of shopping bags and different you know, recycled materials. So I will be wearing that you know, in a future show. I'd love to wear more of Frank's pieces as well, because they just feel very relevant to my music. So I think there will be definitely more collaborations between us. When you're a singer who's performing a lot, it's nice to freshen the performances and keep them feeling new. And so for me on tour, I like to you know, change my outfits as much as possible, and again, tell a new story with every show. And for me, the visuals are just as important as the music, because they work together to tell people a story and to bring them into your own little magical universe. So it's very important to me that they both feel connected and aligned. I saw some sketches that Frank had done, you know, before the show, of the different dresses, and I got to see the sketch of the dress before we worked on it, but it wasn't until the day before the show that I saw the dresses, you know, in the flesh, and saw the one that I was going to wear. So it was an amazing experience to see the process of it all coming together. The sketch, first of all, and then the, you know, construction of the piece, and then the final product. J'adore Paris. I love vintage shopping, and I'm planning on going to the Marais, peut-être à demain, pour acheter des vêtements vintage, parce que je les aime. Mais aussi, je suis allée à le Gustave Moreau musée aujourd'hui, et juste marcher autour de le quartier ici, près de Louvre. And yes, it's so romantic as a city. I love it here, and I hope to come back. I will be back here playing concerts sometime soon, and so I'll get to see more of it. But it's been wonderful just walking around. I've been to Paris before for a festival, Rock Insane, and yeah, a few times in and out. But this is the first time I've had Frank, you know, a tour guide, show me the city and explain to me all the history. So it's been amazing. I do like vintage, yeah, but I love to work with young designers in Australia and New Zealand. I've worked with people like Jamie Lee Major and other you know, designers back in Australia that are up and coming, because I love to give them a platform for their work. Franck Sorbier is the first couture designer that I've worked with, and I think the stage is one thing, you know, that's to tell a story of the music, but every day is different, and I think I like vintage for everyday wear. I enjoy that vintage clothes have a story to them, you know, and but for the stage, I think it's a chance to be a little bit more kind of extravagant and flamboyant. So yeah, I think for me it's self-expression, you know, if you wake up feeling in a particular mood, clothes are a way to express yourself, and fashion becomes a way to you know, have dialogue with people throughout the day and to bring colour into your life, you know.
With Franck Sorbier, you discover that is exactly the haute couture française.
Très typique, yeah. Yeah, he's just like l'esprit d'un enfant, you know, he's very childlike, full of wonder and awe, you know. Today we would go to the museums together and I see his eyes light up at everything. It's all inspiration. I'm very inspired by that, people who are constantly you know, looking for new things to create and being inspired by nature. And also Franck is very inspired by, you know, tribal living and, you know, Africa and you know, the Chinese and Oriental and Brazilian. In his runway show there were many different dresses from different parts of the world, and I find that really inspiring as well. And of course the art of couture, which is the amount of hours spent on everything, is so different to what I'm used to wearing. It's a piece of art, you know, it really is. Je commence avec les mots, et souvent peut-être avec la musique aussi, et la mélodie, et peut-être avec un collaborateur, ou, you know, un autre auteur, oui. Yeah, I guess I work from studios in Los Angeles, and I have producers that help with the music, but I very much enjoy putting together the songs myself, and it's different every time. For every song it's a different process, but I'm inspired by many of the same things as Franck, youth and childhood and nature and my travels, you know, around the world, and that's how a song, you know, a little spark of inspiration will come, and then it'll be about continuing to receive that inspiration and put it down into words and complete the melodies. And for me, often it comes from visuals, you know. For Franck, he likes to listen to music to inspire his visuals. For me, I think of visuals and then go into the music. So I like to go to a lot of museums and see a lot of things to try and spark the sound, you know. Ah, un jour, je chanterai en français. Pour le dernier album, j'avais l'intention de traduire un ou deux chansons en français, mais malheureusement pas déjà. Mais pour le prochain album qui arrive bientôt, oui, je veux traduire une chanson. Ou peut-être quand je jouerai à Paris, je chanterai en français parce que j'aime la langue et espèce pour chanter. It's a beautiful language to sing in. I have some favorite French artists like Camille and Carla Bruni, which I would love to maybe cover one of their songs one day. So yeah, hopefully it'll happen.
You sing very well.
Merci.